update on the clutch saga. I did get it looked at, got it replaced with the Luke OEM clutch kit. When they went in to look inside, there was an issue with the pressure plate. The throwout bearing had been kind of grinding away at it and put some grooves in it. I suspect, unprofessional opinion, that there was an issue with the clearance with the ZSpeed CMAK V3 kit. So I didn't want to deal with that anymore. I just went full OEM and it's doing great. I actually like it a lot. I have footage from in the garage when I went and looked at stuff, so I'll show you kind of what I saw. You can see kind of what happened and what went on in there. So enjoy. Sorry, ignore the mess. So here is the original clutch that came with the car when I got it. Had 18,000 miles on it. This is Z1 pressure plate, their mid-weight flywheel, and an unsprung disc. And it worked great until the OEM concentric slave cylinder that was installed blew and soaked everything in brake fluid. So that was why I got a new one, but I was happy with that kit originally. There's the original master cylinder. So I went with the Z1 kit again, only this time I went with a sprung disc, and this kit only has 1,000 miles on it in its current state. And this is the CMAK, the ZSpeed CMAK version 3 kit. Basically uses the fork to actuate the throwout bearing. This is what the throwout bearing looks like at the moment. And then moves the slave cylinder to this type and puts it outside of the bell housing. The issue is 1,000 miles into using this kit, everything was going great, and then this Noblesco slave cylinder that came with the kit went out. So replace that with a Luke CSC, the same model obviously, but different brand, and that was working. But that was where in the last video that grinding sound, so I joked that it sounded like the Wheel of Fortune wheel, that was still happening. So I went to figure out what that was. They went back inside, and that's when, if you look at this, you will see that it's actually getting indents, because what was happening is the throwout bearing was grinding on the pressure plate. So this grinding was happening all the time. Basically, the only instance where it wasn't was if the clutch was depressed and it wasn't in gear. But if I had the clutch pedal out and it was in neutral, you heard the grinding. If it was in gear under load, it was grinding. I've been talking to a gentleman in Florida who had the exact same issue. He has the exact same lines on his pressure plate, only he said that his throwout bearing is also kind of shredded and destroyed. So he had like 5,000 miles on his, I believe. Mine, I was only 1,000 miles in, but it was already making the grinding noise. So long story short, these kits do not play well together. I would not recommend utilizing them. This isn't just an issue for me. Again, it's happened with others. Personally, I don't really trust the ZSpeed kit anymore. So the gentleman in Florida I've been talking to, he's going full Z1 and just going with a beefed up concentric slave. For mine, I went with the Luke OEM kit, and I'm happy with it so far. So, but that's my recommendation. That's the end of the saga. Shout out to Freeman Motors in Salem, who did a lot of this work for me. They really cut me some serious slack with installing the Luke kit, and I'm super appreciative of that. So that's where it's at. Gonna try and see if I can get anything back from Z1 or ZSpeed, or at least let them know about these issues, since I'm not the only one having them. And otherwise, just gonna keep rolling with the OEM kit. Anyway, thanks for following along. I hope that's helpful. If you have any other questions about the kit or the difference between like the OEM and the Z1, since I've experienced both of them now, things like that, feel free to reach out and ask, and I'll be happy to answer. So thanks.